traditional leaders are stepping up and they are drawing a clear line against gender-based violence. From Lagos, Nigeria, traditional rulers, government officials, and development partners across the continent have renewed commitments to take stronger, coordinated action to end gender-based violence, GBV. This was announced at the opening ceremony of the Conference of African Traditional and Cultural Leaders on GBV Prevention, a two-day gathering convened by the United Nations Women and the Ford Foundation in collaboration with the government of Nigeria. Speaking for the Lagos State Governor, Health Commissioner Professor Akin Abayomi didn't mince words. Silence is no longer acceptable. Change must be intentional if Africa is to build safe and just communities.
Gender-based violence remains one of the most destructive challenges confronting our societies. To be honest, some harmful practices that perpetrate violence are often shielded by tradition, by silence, or social norms. But silence is no longer acceptable, and that change must be intentional.
Ford Foundation President Heather Garkin stressed that real progress depends on cultural legitimacy, noting that partnering with faith and traditional leaders is critical to dismantling harmful norms and unlocking the full potential of women and girls.
11th President of the Ford Foundation, this is my first visit to Nigeria. We are gathered today to ensure that every woman and girl can live in safety and have the opportunity to thrive, free from violence and fear, that widows must not be dispossessed, that girls must not be harmed in the name of custom. You guide conscience. You change lives in ways that no law could ever do. Culture can be preserved and renewed. These changes did not weaken tradition, they strengthened it by restoring its moral core.
For United Nations Women, Nyaranzai Gambavanda described gender-based violence not as the root problem, but a symptom of systemic inequality, pointing to practices like child marriage as evidence of the need for institutional and normative reform. UN Women's Dr. Maxim Hionato and Beatrice Eyong urged traditional leaders, architects of social order, to align cultural authority with justice, dignity, and equality.
Today, we are actually looking at a continental movement that is actually going to be working to drive progressive gender norms and also the prevention of gender-based violence. It's no longer just Nigeria, it's the whole continent. And as you know, we have a document that has just come out from the AU, which is actually looking at preventing and responding to gender-based violence in Africa.
Are they going to look at those cultural norms that are actually hindering women from moving forward to the extent they should?
Yes, that is actually the issue. They have what it takes to change the norms. They have what it takes to convince their people. They have what it takes to enforce. So
which particular norms are we looking at there?
We are looking at a couple of them, early marriages, female genital mutilation, widowhood rights, those negative widowhood rights, the problems of land inheritance and all those things. They are actually going to dig into all those.
Adding a strong religious voice, the Emir of Shonga, His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Haliru Yahaya Ndanusa, stated plainly, any practice that causes harm contradicts Islamic principles. Culture should protect dignity, not destroy it.
I want to welcome you to Lagos. Some of the cultural things are perpetrated by us. Sharia says, if anything you do is more harmful than good, it's not from Sharia. Go back to Islam. So you can use all these modalities to get more of us on board. And if a few diehards, there will time to change.
Other traditional and cultural leaders also have this to say.
Most important challenge is the gender-based violence against women,
especially in marriage.
in marriages and girl child.
What do you think should be done to actually curb all those excesses that befell women in Africa?
First of all, we have to bring awareness. This type of engagement will bring further awareness so that governments will stand up and take action. Awareness to all our people, we can tell them about this, modify our cultural harmful practices, and also giving women their rightful places in society.
All of us agree that all this violence against women and the mutilation of girls should stop and should not continue. It's a bad part of our traditions and culture, and it's something that has to stop immediately. This is the message we are carrying back to our communities.
Tell me the impact of this kind of program to women in Africa or to curbing gender-based violence.
See, this is going to change the narrative because women have been suffering till we are not in one voice. That we should change the narrative we ourselves.
Democracy bring women so that they can be able to participate in all the custodian of the country.
Traditional mutilation and widowhood harmful traditional practices. All these things are so harmful. It's not good again in this contemporary society. So I need that emphasis should be laid that some of these norms should be abolished.
Give us your impression about what you have witnessed.
Very beautiful. The experience is great.
Are you seeing this thing yielding a good result towards this force?
Already is yielding good results because a lot of awareness has now been created among men and women because you have violence against men. There are some homes that men find very terrible. Just like violence is women that are affected.
Because they don't get power, they get mouth.
As the conference wrapped up, leaders adopted a regional declaration, communique, and sustainability roadmap aimed at embedding traditional leadership into national and regional GBV prevention efforts, strengthening survival support systems, and mobilizing resources at scale. The takeaway is clear. Across Africa, tradition is being redefined, not as a shield for violence, but as a force for protection, justice, and change. With this, the atmosphere is becoming more conducive for women to thrive, live and let live. In the sight of God, we are one. No one is more important than the other. Being a woman shouldn't be a crime. Let us always protect our own. Women are precious. My name is Cynthia from Voice of Nigeria. Have a good day.
I see the hearts with the red carpet to Cynthia. We bring the news at your doorstep. We are here to serve you, event to another. Heads, have you had a moment with Sid? It's an Kelly is a renowned journalist who's passionate about media and entertainment. Moment with Sid is a website and blog where Cynthia relays her day-to-day news reports, event